Hello students, good time to all. I am Chandan Kwan Pradhan. Welcome to your YouTube channel Chandan Physics. In this video, we are going to discuss cardial points and cardial planes of an optical system. Let's begin. Cardial points. There are 6 number of cardial points in the form of 3 pairs of an optical system. 3 pairs of conjugate points like focal points, principal points, nodal points. These points are in the conjugate, means pair of conjugate, like first and second focal points. First and second focal point, first and second principal points, first and second nodal points. In this way, there are 6 number of cardial points, and the planes passing through these points are named as cardial planes. If that plane passing through the focal points is named as focal plane. If it is passed through first focal point, then it is named as first focal plane. If it is passed through second focal point, then it is named as second focal plane. Like this, the name of cardial points and cardial planes are categorized. Now we have to discuss one by one. First one, focal points and focal planes. Focal points and focal planes. What is focal points? In an optical system, when the rays are come from focus, after refraction they are parallel to the principal axis, then that point is named as focus. Or we can say, if the rays are parallel to that of principal axis, after refraction come to the focus. So in this way we define the focal points as, the focal points are pair of points these are lying on the principal axis of the optical system and conjugate two points at infinity. And the plane passed through that focal points is named as focal planes. It's a plane normal to principal axis and passing through the focal point is called focal planes. That is the focal point, that will be the focal plane. Let us consider a convergent coaxial optical system. This is the convergent coaxial optical system with principal axis x dash with the principal axis. Let incident ray named as B passing through a point, that is F1, on that of principal axis. After refraction, that ray is parallel to that of principal axis through that of optical system. Then that point is named as, this point is named as first focal point, first focal point, and the plane passing through that of first focal point is named as first focal plane, first focal plane. Again same thing, we take a convergent coaxial optical system having principal axis x dash let an incident ray A, which is parallel to that of principal axis, after refraction through that of optical system passing through the point F2. That point F2 is known as the second focal point, that known as the second focal point and the plane passing through that of focal point is named as the second focal plane. Second focal plane. Now we define first focal point, first focal plane, and second focal point and second focal plane. Let me define it. First focal point, first focal point. How to define? It may be defined as the object point, on the principal axis, for which image point lies at infinity, object point on that of principal axis and image point lies at infinity is the image point. And the plane through that point F1, so first focal plane, the plane through F1, F1 is the first focal point, so the plane through F1 and that is perpendicular to that of principal axis is called second focal plane, first focal plane, Similarly, we define second focal point and second focal plane. So, second focal point here image point on the principal axis for which object point lies at infinity. It may be defined as the image point on the principal axis for which object point lies at infinity. Again, the plane passing through that of second focal point is named as second focal plane. We define it. The plane through F2 is the second focal point and perpendicular to the principal axis is called second focal plane. In this way, we define focal points and focal planes as first focal point, first focal plane, second focal point and second focal plane. This is one pair of cardial points and cardial planes. Next, principal points. Second one, principal points and principal planes. Principal points and principal planes. Look here, principal points are defined as a pair of conjugate points on the principal axis of an optical system having unit positive linear magnification. Like this, the plane passed through that of principal points is named as principal planes. This is the principal points. The plane passing through principal points is named as principal planes. Passing through principal points are named as principal planes, like that of first principal points, and the plane passing through first principal point is named as first principal plane. Similarly, for second principal points it will be named as second principal plane. Let we consider a convergent coaxial optical system having principal axis as x dash, coaxial convergent system, let an incident ray AB which is parallel to the principal axis after refraction through that of optical system proceeds along C F2. The optical system have a refractive index, these two mediums have another refractive index. Due to change in the refractive index, the process of refraction takes place and the ray is incident and refracted like this. That ray meets the point F2 which is called the second focal point as we discussed earlier. The incident ray and emergent ray, look here, see the incident ray, that is the emergent ray, where at the point the intersection of the point is S2, S2. And perpendicular to the principal axis, let a plane passing through that point S2 which is perpendicular to that of principal axis, that plane is known as second principal plane, and that point on that of principal axis is named as second principal point. So, the plane is named as second principal plane and the point is named as, that point is named as second principal point, second principal point. Okay. Similarly, the incident ray let F1D that point is F1, that point be D, through that of first focal point F1 and the corresponding emergent ray the corresponding emergent ray E L which is parallel to that of principal axis now that incident ray to that of emergent ray intersect at the point named as H1 and the plane passing through the point H1 and perpendicular to that of principal axis at the point B P1. That plane is known as first principal plane. The first principal plane, and the point on that of principal axis, that point is named as first principal point. First principal point. Look here, the incident ray F1D is so chosen that the corresponding emergent ray EL lies at the same distance above the principal axis as the incident ray AB. From this figure, we conclude another cardial points like principal points and principal planes, first principal point, second principal point, first principal axis, or we can say first principal plane and second principal plane. Now, third cardial points, nodal points and nodal planes. Look here again, look here, according to the definition, having unit positive linear magnification. How that is achieved? Thus H1 and H2 are the conjugate points, and it is true for all such pairs on principal planes. All such pairs H1 H2, the points that are exist on that of principal planes. Therefore, if an object is placed in that of first principal plane here, an erect image of same size would be formed on the second principal plane. Therefore, the linear magnification will be +1. So, according to the definition, an optical system having unit positive linear magnification, these points are named as the principal points. The points named as the principal points. Now, nodal points and nodal planes. Nodal points and nodal planes. The nodal points are pair of conjugate points, like first nodal points and second nodal points on the principal axis of the optical system having unit angular magnification. Similarly, the planes passed through the nodal points are named as nodal planes. nodal points, they are the nodal planes. Let me understand. Again we consider a convergent coaxial optical system here the points as P1 first principal points, the plane is first principal plane, here the second principal point and the plane is second principal plane. So, an incident ray directed towards one nodal points which is emerges parallel to that of original direction to the second nodal point. So, the figure is looking like this. The point is here, incident on that, the incident on this. So, the emergent ray which is parallel to this line. That point is N1, that point is N2. This is the incident ray P, that is the emergent ray Q. So, this point, the first nodal point, and the plane passing through that first nodal point is known as the first nodal plane, and here that point is the second nodal point. Second nodal points, and the planes passing through that N2 and perpendicular to that of principal axis, plane passing through N2 and perpendicular to that of principal axis is known as the second nodal plane. Similarly, first nodal point, first nodal plane, second nodal point and second nodal plane. So, with the help of this video lecture, you understand cardial points and cardial planes of an optical system. 6th number of cardial points, these are in the conjugate form as focal points, first and second focal points, principal points, first and second principal points, nodal points and first and second nodal points, and the planes passing through these cardial points are named as the cardial planes according to their cardial points. So, the focal points and focal planes, in that of figure we understand. Principal points and principal planes. Next, nodal points and nodal planes. So, with this useful and informative notes, let me wind up this session. Thank you.